Antonella Teodoro specializes in the international shipping container industry. She joins me now from Chester in the UK. Hi there, Antonella, once more. So we're just a bit confused here. Canal authorities say it's possible that shipping activity could resume Monday by new local time. That's in like 2 hours, basically. But one of the companies, Boskalis, that's assisting to dislodge the ship, says, quote, completing the operation would not be a piece of cake. What reactions are you seeing out of the industry?
Okay, this is something that has last few days, but the impact will be felt for months. And somebody thinks from the shipping line industry that this will be an event that will affect the global supply chain even more than pandemic has done. And easy to understand why. During the pandemic, shops were closed. There was no there was no demand, there was no cargo to be moved. This time around, there is will for shippers, for consumers to have goods, to buy goods. There is not much capacity. And the vessels are have started and increased the diversion through South Africa. This takes time. And even if you go faster, still takes time to arrive to the final consumer. And this effect will be felt for quite some time in terms of port congestion, in terms of short of equipment, in terms of containers stuck in one place of the world when another place will be required, will necessary. Another effect, and this is more immediate, is even the spike in freight rates. Difficult to link the spike that we have seen last week from Shanghai, but it's very likely the spike, especially for Europe and South Africa, on a weekly basis is linked to the event. So the damage is done. And even if the canal is in full operation soon, it will not take away the damage that it is creating.
And of course, the damage you're talking about is purely financial, mostly. Can you talk a bit about who's being impacted the most by this blockage?
I would say all the actors in the supply chain, and the final consumer as well, ultimately will because of the delay and the environment as well. So all the actors in the supply chain, from shipping lines not to be able even to take cargo on their vessel because there is shortages, from the shippers not to be able to move the cargo that they want to move, from again consumer, environment, everybody in the supply chain will suffer for this for quite some time.
And of course, this entire incident has brought up how fragile the entire system is. Antonella, what needs to be done to ensure this doesn't happen again?
Okay, more than fragile, I would call it dependent, in the sense that if something goes wrong in one components during, in the supply chain, this can be felt globally and badly. And so it's something more on the structure of being dependent on few shipping lines. And I don't want to to blame on them because there are few shipping lines having, the responsibility to move lots of cargo. But they play a big role in assuring that the global supply chain works. Because again, if something goes wrong, it can be felt globally. In fact, even this event that will affect immediately the European market, it will affect the North American the American market as well. And so there will be some disruption to be felt for a while globally.
Antonella, once more, thank you for helping us understand the impacts of this incident. Thanks once more.